From the Watergate building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now hear Hotline editors Amy Walter and John Mercurio.
Welcome back to Hotline TV, everyone. I'm Amy Walter.
And I'm John Mercurio.
All right, so conventional wisdom has it that Hillary's New Hampshire comeback was due in part to the fact their opponents treated her unfairly.
But are the Clintons at risk of a negative campaigning blowback in South Carolina? First, there were the MLK and the fairy tale flaps we heard about over the weekend. Well, the latest jab at Obama comes from Clinton supporter and BET founder, billionaire Bob Johnson, who appeared with Hillary and said the following.
As an African American, I am, frankly, insulted that the Obama campaign would imply that we are so stupid that we would think Hillary and Bill Clinton, who have been deeply and emotionally involved in black issues, when Barack Obama was doing something in the neighborhood that I won't say what he was doing, but he said it in his book, when they have been involved.
All right, Amy, is this the sort of new kind of politics that voters are clamoring
So
for,
they
or
want
is
to
this going to hurt Hillary in the end?
All right, so
Or
let's...
Obama? Or is it going to hurt Obama?
Well. You ask a question, I'll try to answer, or maybe obfuscate so I don't have to answer it. No.
Right.
South Carolina, half the vote, we all know, African American. But look at some of those February 5th states, too. New York, New Jersey, Hillary Clinton's black backyard,
Sure.
also has significant African American vote in a primary.
Sure.
So, yeah, that could have some impact. The bigger question is, what are we talking about today? We're talking about race. We're not talking about the other issues that Barack Obama thought he was going to talk about, given the number of red state rollouts he's had over the weekend.
Right.
Ben Nelson and
Electability.
And
He wants to be talking about
and this new
whether he can
CNN
win.
poll shows that he's now, even with Hillary
Right.
Clinton, she's not doing any better than he is among any of the matchups.
Right. I think when it really gets down to the very basic point of whether or not Barack Obama wants to be talking about his race on the campaign trail, everybody knows that he's black and he's running as the first sort of viable African American candidate, but does he want to spend any time on this campaign trail talking about his race? And the answer is no. The answer is most likely no. It makes them nervous whenever there's a conversation about it, whether he's on the offense or on the defense. Although I think the fact that this is a week before South Carolina, or less than 2 weeks before South Carolina, helps them out to some extent.
Right.
On the other hand, look, I do think there is sort of a corrosive effect on the Clinton campaign. We saw earlier when Billy Shaheen in New Hampshire made some sort of references to Barack Obama's past cocaine use.
Right.
He was gone with the campaign. And Hillary Clinton on Meet the Press yesterday said,
Right, I was
in
just going to
fact,
bring that up.
that,
If they say
look,
anything,
if
done.
they say anything on my campaign, they're gone.
Right.
So, I don't know exactly what role BET founder Bob Johnson has in the campaign, but to whatever extent the Clinton campaign has associated with him, his reference to Obama's past drug use was obvious, and I think any voter who looks at it doesn't pass the smell test, that he says he was referring to community organizing, and they should distance themselves, even more so than Bill Clinton already did this morning.
Well, and it's hard when you are Barack Obama and you're running on the politics of hope, right? The Iowa campaign, as we talked about incessantly, it was sort of who can out-inspiration the other candidate. And when turnout goes up 100,000, those are going to be young people, those are going to be first-time voters. That helps Barack Obama. What happens with negative campaigns? As we all know, they work because they depress turnout. And if turnout is depressed, that is going to hurt Barack Obama. So
Right.
even if even if it doesn't turn voters on to Hillary Clinton, what it does do, it turns people off who said, I was really excited about this campaign.
Right.
Now it just looks like a typical boom, boom, rock'em sock'em,
Right.
same old, same old.
Because in a sense, she played things exactly right over the weekend. She said the comments were made about Martin Luther King and Lyndon Baines and LBJ, and then she came back a day or two later after the media had stewed over it. Obama's campaign actually was not, the instigator. They weren't the ones who took this out. They weren't the ones who distorted it. It was as you said, people like Donna Brazile, and other sort of African, Jim Clyburn, congressman from South Carolina, not affiliated with the Obama campaign, who came out, and Clinton comes back and says, well, now he's distorting my comments. So you're right. And then that plays to a lot of voters as, oh, it's just a he said, she said, and I don't care about any of it. I'm not going to listen.
Right, and that's a big problem if you're
big
trying to get out new voters, especially if, in some of these states where, on February 5th, where that obviously would be very important.
Would be
But
very
anyway.
important.
All right, well, that'll have to do it for today. I'm Amy Walter.
And I'm John Mercurio. We'll see you tomorrow on Hotline TV.